Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, but a quick update on my life is that I graduated Temple University. I got a job, and I feel like my life just like sped up a lot to the point where I neglected this YouTube channel. So now that I'm more situated with my post-grad life, just a little bit, I can pour into this YouTube channel and just like stuff that I want to teach you all, stuff like how did I graduate debt free, my scholarship stuff, like internships, how to navigate that, job searching, just so much, and just being like kind of your guys' big sister in a way, like life coach. So this video is basically all about the resources, the awards, and all the things that helped me graduate debt-free at Temple University. I feel like Temple University again has so many great resources, and a lot of students don't know about these resources. Okay, so let's get into the first resource. This is the DRS scholarship resource. Basically, the DRS office is the office for students with disabilities. When I was a sophomore in college, I was always failing my test or just getting bad scores on them, and these classes were really tough classes, and I was like, I don't know why I'm failing. I realized one of the biggest things was the time limit on these tests and exams. It'd be an hour, and I'm like, I can't finish 50 questions within an hour. So yeah, the disability office is there to help you pass your classes. So here's the whole process of it. You'll basically register with DRS with using a doctor's note, and the doctor's note has to basically state that you have anxiety or a mental impairment, and that basically requires you to getting more time on tests, and also you get more time on assignments too. So once I did that, I passed all my exams, and then also I was on their website one day and I came across the DRS scholarship, and it was a very quick apply. It was a Google form, and I'm also gonna link everything that I'm mentioning down below, so you can also go through the Google form. And so the Google form basically is just asking your circumstances, why you're asking for the scholarship, and then general information. And it was a 5-minute apply. Information about the scholarship is that it can be used for tuition, tutoring, assistive technology, internships, and other disability related expenses unless otherwise indicated. In the prompt section, I was telling them my circumstances, and I was saying that I was having a lot of anxiety, and I felt overwhelmed, and I had to pay rent, and then I also was in midterms. I was just basically telling them that I really need help paying my rent, and so that was one of my responses. I also had another response where I was just I really need help with paying my books. Yeah, if I can find some of my answers to the DRS scholarships, I'll probably put them here too. So I found one of my scholarship prompt answers, and the good thing about this scholarship is that they don't require a long essay. It just has to be a small paragraph, just like this one shown on the screen. The prompt question was, why do you need our assistance, or why do you need this extra help or money from the DRS office? Okay, so now we're gonna get into another scholarship. I was searching through a lot of scholarships that Temple had, and so I came across this one, and this one is from the Dean of Students. So I think they're a department within Student Affairs, and so they had a scholarship. It's called the Endowed Awards and Scholarship Opportunities, and so this one is basically for students who have good grades, leadership, service achievements. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 scholarships. I'm gonna put in the description the link to the scholarship. You can see that they also listed the essay prompts for these scholarships, and also the essay was not hard to write. I always, when I would do an essay for a scholarship, I'll go to the writing center. I'll read the one that I won. I won the Adeline and Marvin Watchman Scholarship Fund. So this one, the prompt is, describe in detail how you've demonstrated leadership in co-curricular activities at Temple and what drives you to do so. I don't remember what I wrote for this, but I know I was involved a lot in Fox, so I just like wrote about that probably, and definitely probably wrote about like my extracurriculars, why I'm passionate when I'm doing it, and like also how I'm passionate about helping people. Yeah, just make sure that you have good leadership experience, extracurricular experience, and that your grades are good, and then you should be good to apply. And even if you don't have all of that, just make sure that you still apply. Your essay can really like seal the deal. Even if you have bad grades, your essay can carry the weight of your application, or your grades, or your leadership experience. Like, it's just a whole bunch of things that come into play when they're looking at these scholarships. So even if you think your grades are not that great, still apply. Even if you think you're not that involved, still apply. You never know if you're gonna win something. A lot of these resources and scholarships, I didn't even know if I was gonna win it or not. I just did it just to try. So make sure you try and just put your full effort into it, and you don't know like if you're gonna win or not. So the next resource that basically helped me with my college expenses, I was basically in this entrepreneurship class, and they had this competition with the IEI building, and that's basically like the entrepreneurship building. And so I decided to apply, and it was also like for my grade 2, my professor was like, you have to apply. And I applied to the Changemaker challenge, and it was an award for $500. You can get first place, second place, or the grand prize, or you can also get the People Choice Award, which is where the people select you as a winner. So basically this challenge was where you submit in your business idea, and then if you get selected, you have to present in front of judges and a whole bunch of people. You honestly don't have to have a business idea that you're working towards. It could just be made up. The idea that I submitted in was basically made up. I did not start on it, but I had to create a whole bunch of slides, and I had to go more in depth of like how I would like execute this business. So it basically just gives you more of like business related skills, public speaking skills, and it's like a hypothetical type of thing. So they have a lot of competitions, and they give out a lot of money. So they have the Be Your Own Boss challenge. This is every fall. I think this one already passed, but next spring semester, the Changemaker challenge will be starting again. I think only like 100 people applied to this application. I really don't know what's the number, but I know that like I thought it was gonna be like 1,000, but only like a few people applied. So I really highly encourage you all to apply to these things that Temple University hosts and just has, because not a lot of students know about these resources, and so you can be the one to apply, and you can be the one to get money and just exposure to like the business world, or just exposure in general with the Temple community. So I really challenge you to go out there and do so. Alright, so this is my next resource. Basically, I was involved in a lot of organizations, and my major is HR management, so I was involved in TU Shroom. They're a part of Fox, and so they're called like a SPO, and they're really great. They helped me a lot. And so when I was a part of this SPO, I basically applied to their scholarships that they were promoting. So when you're involved in TU Shroom, you're not only involved in the school chapter, but you're also involved in the national chapter. And so when I was involved in the national chapter, and I had like my Shroom account and everything, I saw an email where they were promoting the scholarship where it was like $10,000 for mental health. So yeah, I won that scholarship, that $10,000 scholarship. I went to Chicago. It was a really nice experience. And then also I applied to their other scholarship. It's called the Shroom Scholarship, and they have all these resources that I didn't know they had until I literally went to their website, and it was like for HR students and undergrad. And so it was really cool to see that they had this resource for students. I'm explaining all of this just to say that a lot of your organizations that you're involved in, or a lot of organizations at Temple, clubs, and just sororities, they have a lot of scholarships. So you can reach out to anyone from your chapter, your organization chapter, and say, hey, do you know of any scholarships or anything that can be helpful to my career journey? And yeah, people are willing to help you. And so yeah, all these scholarships and resources I know of because I was involved in my community. And I just want to say it's so important to be involved in your community, joining orgs and clubs, and as many things as you can, so that you have these resources at hand. Because a lot of the times I just was stumbling upon scholarships that I didn't even know existed, and also just resources and like awards that I didn't know, and they would be attached to like money. So like, you know, I would just use it to help pay off my tuition and room and board. So this is my next resource. I basically would get my financial aid package every summer, as most students do, and they would always like give me sometimes like less than like my grants will always be sometimes less than what it was the year before that, and so I would always have to appeal it to ask for more money. And so I did this form, and so I'm gonna link it down below. And so this is the special circumstances form, and yeah, so once you're done with it, they ask for like requested documents, and this process kind of takes a while. I know like at the end of September, like I would apply during like summer when I would get my like application, or like start of the semester, and then at the end of September or early October they will always respond, because they get a lot of these appeals. But it's always worth it to ask for more money. You're kind of negotiating your financial aid package, and I feel like you should always do that every year. As your appeal goes through, your FAFSA EFC will change, and also you'll see in your federal Pell Grant you'll get more. And I think the highest I've ever gotten was like $5,000 more because I did this appeal. So again, I think it's worth a shot. So on the screen, there is a screenshot of some possible examples that will qualify in order to complete a special circumstance form. If your situation does not really align with this form, you can always call them up and tell them that you need more money due to whatever circumstance, and they will allow you to go through another process or like another form. Just call them up and see what resources they have. For me, I told them in 2020 and 2021 that my parents were unemployed due to the pandemic. And then in 2022, I told them that my parents were laid off from work because they worked in a hotel. And then also, I told them in 2023 that my dad had an injury, which also resulted in a loss of income. So this all proved my point that I needed more financial aid support and money for college. And this was the form that I always filled out. Yeah, I don't want to ramble too on, but a lot of what got me through college was just staying connected to my professors, my organizations, always just checking my email, looking for new opportunities, going online, and just searching up Temple University Scholarship, Philadelphia scholarships, anything that I can do to just figure out how to pay for my room and board and tuition. So I just really encourage you all to stay connected, put yourself out there, and you're gonna make it very far. Not only will you get new opportunities presented to you, but you're also going to grow so much just as a person in college. Please leave a like and comment down below. And yeah, thank you all.